Hello guys, Russ Krachun here, and in this video I would like to share with you my ideas, my theory, my philosophy, how I come up with these ideas and reason behind of these ideas, and how I truly to educate horse and his education, flexibility and his neck muscles, and why it's so important to have this neck muscle flexible and not concentrate on the horse mouth when we on different tools when we educate the horse, and not concentrate on the pressure and release when we educate horse any physical exercise. I truly concentrate first of all on the horse mental ability, so horse mentally will going to be relaxed on any physical performance exercise, and after take these mental abilities and transfer to the physics. So horse become very flexible in the neck, shoulders, rib cage, and the hindquarters. So here I have, for example, I will gonna try to explain you the best I can. That's why I use two branches here, and I would like to explain you best I can why I come up with these ideas and why I educate my horses this way, so you can truly gonna get benefit from this educational video and apply, I hope applies this methods and this kind of philosophy and theory behind this education and have a very good success with your horses. So like you know, flexibility in the neck muscles, in the horse neck muscles, was discovered in the 18th century by Francois Boucher. It's a French horseman who actually discovered dressage riding, and he prepared horse mentally and physically for a battle, for a cavalry, for military, so soldiers can actually fight with horses, because dressage it's a train beyond horse. So if horse going to be very stiff on the body from horse muzzle to his hind hoof, soldier will never gonna communicate with horse immediately and gonna be just killed immediately in the battle with their horse, because horse not gonna communicate with him back. So it's amazing idea. Francois Boucher he's discovered this methods, and it's amazing idea how he come up with this idea to communicate through the neck. So neck muscles will gonna connect to the shoulders, rib cage, and hindquarters. But he still communicate with horse with pressure and release. When I read this book, I was very impressed by idea. But you know my background, I was for 9 years, I was in professional sport, in the fencing sport, in the saber fencing. So our coach, he educates us with timing, repetition, muscle memory, and etc. So when I start to ride horses a little bit more serious and deeply try to understand, not was just a kid when I was 6 years old or 15 years old and I rode horses like everybody else, just have fun. When I start get older, I truly start to think about, because I suffer so much with horses, I was frustrated, I was upset, I was angry, I was jealous of other riders, and I never have very good success. And then I start to read books, watch different videos. I'm not different, I'm like everybody else. I was very hungry for the information, because I want my horse travel and be collected. I want my horse moving hindquarters. I want my horse moving shoulders. I want my horse pick up different speed and not throwing head up in the air. I want my horse stop and using hindquarters. I want all of that. But I struggle, and to go from clinic to clinic, I never find the answer. Okay, so I start to develop my methods. And when I read this book, I was very impressed by Francois Boucher, but also it's never worked for me to educate flexibility in the neck muscle of the horse with pressure and release, because anytime I pick up the rein and horse give me a release, that's what horse only gonna memorize. And that's why I start to think, it's just one day like a light bulb come up. And when I rode a horse, I don't remember which horse I rode, but I think it was sport. I have a bay gelding, quarter horse gelding, and he was stiff as a board. And I cannot back up this horse. He opened mouth all the time. And in my mind, I was a champion. I truly want to train this horse and teach this horse to be a reining horse. I even not understand this horse not bred for reining. So that's how naive and stupid I was. So then I start to think back and truly think how my coach started to educate me. And I realize pressure and release, it's very important what I'm going to say right now, from this many years, what I truly understand. And that's my idea, that's how it's worked for me, that's my opinion. I hope this will going to help you. Pressure and release, that surviving instinct. It's very important I'm saying right now. It's a surviving instinct in the horse's mental abilities to escape from the pressure. And muscle memory not possible develop this way. Just it's a fact. It's not my idea. Because when you squeeze something and they're gonna release you, that's what this muscle gonna remember. Stretch, release, stretch, release. But muscle will not gonna stay for a long period of time and be very strong and be very flexible. Because only, again, very important what I'm gonna say right now, only physical exercise, actual physical exercise in a human or in an animal or just a muscle, with time and increasing time in physical exercise can develop flexibility on the muscle. So why I have this stick, okay? So I want to stop for a second and accept the way how I designed this videos. It's going to be two parts. First part is going to be theory and my idea and philosophy, what I think about pressure and release and what I think about flexibility in the horse muscles and how to develop. And next part we're going to use Elsa. She's a 2-year-old quarter horse, and I will share with you. I'm actually going to back up my theory, my philosophy, my talk with physical methods and show you how I educate horse daily to develop horse neck muscles. So say for example, we're gonna have that's flexible stick right here, right now, okay? So say for example, that's a horse mouth right here, here's somewhere horse brain, and that's a neck, and that's come back to the shoulders. If I gonna say, for example, stay still, because again, that's critical, important, and nobody teach me that. I come up with this idea on my own, again, because of my sport. We teaching horses all the time, travel and forward motion, and combine flexibility, give to the pressure. And that's, in my opinion, no, because it's a two different physical and mental education, what you cannot teach in the same particular time. That's why frustration exists. So if horse, a human, first of all, will learn how to be flexible and stay still from the left and right side of the horse body and the horse neck, and learn how to travel without flexibility on a different physical exercise in the forward motion, walk, trot, and lope, and develop balance and coordination, then you combine flexibility with balance and coordination and consistent forward motion. Okay? So it's going to be much easier for horse to learn flexibility and learn forward motion. And after you combine, it's much, I promise you, much faster. Horse learn much faster, much easier mentally and physically. You're not struggling with horse, you're not fighting with horse, you're not pulling, you're not changing beats, and etc. So say, for example, let's come back to this flexible stick. So say, for example, that's a muzzle right here where my beat connect, and that's a brain, okay? And that's a neck, that's a muscle. That's actually, from this point to this, to my hand, that's a muscle, okay? So if I'm gonna educate horse with pressure and release, if I'm gonna say, give me, and I release, you see what's gonna happen? Horse will gonna learn, please I give you comfortable, nose gonna come in. When I gonna release the rein, nose gonna bounce back. So pay attention right now. How in this particular moment, what muscle actually gonna learn? Muscle gonna learn 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. Brain learn 1, 2, 3, release. So when you're going to start to travel forward motion and you're going to say, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going this direction. Horse is going to start to throw head up in the air. Why? We're right away thinking about the beat, about the teeth, about the tongue, veterinarian, knees, back, and etc. We never think about what's happened actually right here. Or what, first of all, happened in the brain right here. Brain learn, because first of all, pressure, signal to the brain, and after signal to the physical abilities. So physics, mental abilities, brain, physics. So when you pull, brain sending signal, 1, 2, 3, and brain knows it's going to be released. So when you're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, brain going to say, no, release me, please. And that's what begin fight. That's why we scissor our horses. That's why we're using twisting bits. That's why we're using tie downs and etc. Why? Because we are dominating the brain. We're dominating the mouth. We're not concentrating at all on the flexibility, on muscle memory, at all. We're just concentrating how to dominate the horse by the mouth. Okay? So say, for example, that's a pressure and release, and that's why I am not using pressure release anymore, and I done this mistake. But say, for example, if you're going to take this nose and just touch and say 1, 2, 3, first repetition, and you release. What if you're going to sit for a second and after you're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and release? What if you're going to sit for a second on the horse, you're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and release? It's same like a human going to sit in the splits. 1, 2, 3, release, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End of the month, you're going to pick up this rein and hold and count till 50. Because you program the brain with repetition, I all the time going to increase timing. So you're sending signal right here, and after sending signal right here. So that's how actually increasing timing in physical exercise, that's what actually happened. That's how muscle learn. With brain first, and after send signal to the muscle. So if you're going to develop forward motion with horse, you're going to do exactly the same. First of all, develop balance and a loose rein, travel, consistent and consistently. Consistent, it's mean travel immediately, consistently, never stop. If horse have frustration with consistent and consistently on any speed, walk, trot, and lope, you cannot combine flexibility because anxiety already exists in the brain. Okay? So if you develop very good forward motion, then you again go to the walk, not to the trot or lope, to the walk. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, release. After months, when you're going to increase this timing and remove repetition, I just practice every day to add it in numbers. You're gonna walk in the perimeter around with your horse around on the walk, and it's gonna be 100. And horse gonna keep the shape, not chew the bit and not throw his head. Please release me because you teach me pressure and release, pressure and release, pressure and release. In my opinion, by educating horses, because I start all my horses, all my calls, and I share in the academy in the foundation program how to start the horses. We have 4 levels on academy. So I learn through the years, you can communicate with horses with pressure and release on the ground. Why? because horses communicate with each other on the ground with pressure and release, moving away from the hay, running away, dominate horse, and etc. When you want to develop, it's very important what I'm going to say right now. If you want to ask the animal for specific physical movements, shoulders, neck, rib cage, hindquarters, pressure and release will never going to work. You have to have physical exercises with timing and repetition. Horses, very important again I'm saying right now, horses not asking each other move away with specific physical movement by crossing front shoulders and engage hindquarters. They're just saying move away. That's all. That's simple to understand that. So another way we're using tie downs. So I'm gonna take your nose and I'm gonna tie you to the chest. So pain here on the jaw all the time, pain in the brain, and never release muscle memory. Muscle getting tired. And sometimes we're breaking the horse spirit by tying the horse to the side of the saddle. So muscle gonna get tired and break mentally. So horse will give up and just hang his neck because he will gonna be tired in this muscle to fight. Okay? So I've seen this in my life also. So that's a reason behind why I'm using timing and repetition and develop flexibility in the horse neck muscle and not using pressure and release. Exactly the same draw reins. Okay? Idea, right, absolutely right, because you want to make the muscle flexible. But again, it's not different than tie down. It's never release. It's all the time stay like this or break in the withers and ride with head to the ground. So again, educating from the pressure, education from the fear, from the pain, not from the physical exercise. Another example, and that's what actually I use in this stick, okay? So it's just plain, very stiff stick. A lot of times, I'm gonna be very honest with you because that's a true great Facebook group, and I invite to this group people who truly believe in me, who follow me, and he try to understand my methods, and working with horses by applying methods, communicate with me, and try to understand new, different ideas. You know, I travel a lot in my past through the United States and Canada and present cause of horsemanship and educate people and etc. And I stopped doing it because I realized it's absolutely worthless. Because it's just a random clinic when people not understand your methods, people not follow your methods, they're learning bits and pieces from different horsemen and they're not going to have success. That's why I designed True Grit Academy, so people follow step by step, and have very good success. So by warming up my horses or riding my horses, I see, again, I am not judging nobody, I'm just sharing with you. See, a lot of times we're riding horses and we go boom, 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 boom. Okay, or we're riding with two reins, seesaw. So that's if I say, for example, that's a horse mouth right now, that's a horse neck. That's what's going to happen with beat. Boom, 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 boom. So what's happening right here? It's boom, 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 boom. It's not, please be flexible, travel, release. Or stay still and release. It's all the time pain. So mental is this brain. Please, go down. Even horses not even bending neck, they're just dropping the head down. Okay? And so your horse, by pulling and apply physical pain on this board, on the horse jaw, neck muscle will never gonna bend. That's just not possible. If you're going to hold and squeeze and pull, then it's going to bend. When you're going to just hit, that's never going to bend. Okay? It's just domination physically with fear, and human being not understand sport. That's simple. He riding just a horse. He riding just an animal without understanding the physics and not understanding muscles, lungs, heart, forward motion, how to combine all together. He not understand. He just pain, 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 pain. Another way, horses was educated by, I'm going to apply very gently. If you're not going to listen, I'm going to pull very hard. And after, I'm going to apply, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to apply very gently. Okay? So that's education with fear, with pain and fear and domination. Again, horse will going to submit. Horse will going to tuck in his chest to the this chin to the chest because he doesn't want to be hurt again, and on his gum and his teeth and etc. And we're using twisted bits, and we're using different cruel bits inside just so horse will submit to this. And some of these videos I will going to talk about the bits and explain to you why we're using different bits, and it's why necessary to use different bits, and horses, how horses mentally understand the bits and etc. So that's idea behind why I educating horse to be, how educating horse to be flexible on the neck. Again, it's very important to first of all educate and stay still, flexibility. After, separate with forward motion and combine together. When you combine this together, you're going to have much better success with horse, and horse not going to get frustrated, nervous, and upset. I hope these ideas and about how to develop horse neck muscle interesting for you, and you get something from this video, and just think a little bit beyond just regular box in the equine industry, what we learning all the time by apply, give to the pressure, and release the actual mouth, not even muscles and not even brain. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I will see you in the next part of this series of these videos and show you physically how I actually educate the horse under saddle, be flexible, and the neck from the left and right direction. Thank you very much.